And the scene started as Nicholas, the man, Mr. the Legend, the twin brother of Martinellus de Cremona, is walking to the Gallows area in Hamburg at the Castle of Hamburg, where the Dutch Duke of Hamburg actually sits and resides. He's heard from his sire in a riddle of sort that the source of the power hangs around the dead man's neck. After talking with others, Maria, for example, even Midian, the now prince of Hamburg, he has decided to go to the gallows, where people hang on a regular basis for crimes small and big. As you're making your way up, you can feel a small tingle in the air as you approach. You're merely 100 to maybe 200 meters away, but I would like you to roll a perception awareness as you approach.
Yes, that is 4 dice. I have nothing, no modifiers, nothing. 4 dice. That is maybe 2 successes.
That is 2 successes.
That is 2 successes. That's great.
Yes. You can feel some odd sense of tingling, some sense of dread, no sorrow. It's a gut feeling. It's one of these feelings you haven't felt in a while. It's as you were hungry as a child, as your stomach turned, as you haven't eaten more than a loaf of bread this morning, as you were waiting for your mother to bring you supper. As that feeling more or less turns into that feeling as you were walking on the streets of the Cremona and you saw the kids in front of you, those kids who beat you, those kids that made you cry. It's a gut feeling of dread, of sorrow, of hunger as you approach the gallows. And as you stand outside the big gates to the often public and execution area, you see they're closed, and you see a guardsman posted outside. He looks up to you and says, how can I help you?
I'll that's this aura of despair and almost I suppose you could say reluctant. They don't really want to be here. Frankly, I have better things to do this evening, and this entire area is also reminiscent of the darkness and foreboding things that only happened to me in my childhood, but just any day of the week, really. I'm not talking here about traumas. I'm talking about those little things that you don't really call trauma that fucking annoy you. Regardless, like bullies or the slaps of your father when you broke something by accident, but he thinks you did it on purpose. Such things. So Nicholas is definitely a bit on edge. He's not feeling very social at all, especially not this evening. Still, he remembers the very, very meager training and etiquette that he has, and he also remembers that sometimes you need to make sacrifices if you want to gain something. What he wants to gain is inside this building. So he swallows his pride and he swallows his annoyance and he says, good evening. As he waves for the guard and slowly, so making no he's trying to show the guard he's no threat. He's just a man looking for some help.
Oh, hi. You see, sir, the gallows area be closed. You'd be better off coming here in the morning when people actually hang.
The morning, you say?
Yes, sir.
Oh no, that won't be any good, I'm afraid. You see, I am new in this town, and I was actually going to depart again tomorrow with my mother, who's very sick and needs to go back to Cremona. Now, you see, she asked, oh dear Nick, could you please go to the Duke's castle? If I can't see it myself in my sorry state, maybe you can see it and show me the splendor, the gallows, the gardens, everything I want to see. Sadly, I've been a bit preoccupied during the day, so now is the only time we can really spare, as tomorrow at dawn we'll be departing. So maybe, please, you can make an exception.
As
Would you like me to roll something?
he looks to you and your fucking charisma, manipulation, empathy. Would you please?
Okay. Okay. Will persuasive apply?
No, you're
No, no.
playing on his emotions more or less.
Yeah, but I'm trying to like persuade him to let me
Oh
in.
yeah, okay, yeah, you go for it, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Like if I want to feel, like, if I want to make him feel
Mm.
sad, like oh, I'm so sad.
Uh,
Then yeah, okay. No, yeah,
yeah,
okay. Sorry. Um, that
no,
is
yeah, persuasive. It's still persuasive. Go ahead
yeah,
and roll
because I want
with
to convince him to
persuasive.
let me in, and that's well, the success 10 doesn't even count, so specialty doesn't matter. But 3 successes, hopefully.
Uh, as he looks to you and looks around. There's no one around, and all right. 5 copper says that you'll get in.
5 coppers. Nicholas plays up as he's quite good. He doesn't like social interaction, but he's quite very good at it, especially manipulating people and trying to make them believe and see things that's not actually true. So he tries to basically continue this ruse. He tries to five coppers. I'm not sure. Do I have that on me somewhere? And yes, of course, he does. He does get the man 7 coppers. 2 coppers may not seem much of a difference to most, but hey, in these times, and for someone of his profession, 2 coppers can get you a nice beer at least. And I'm sure that he'll appreciate it as I push those coins in his rough hands.
He does. Actually, I need to look up how the coinage system worked in Holy Roman Empire this time. But he nods, takes the coin in hand, and he unbuckles a big set of keys and begins to fiddle with the small gate, the gate in the gate, so to say, and opens it up for you and says, "All right, you gave me 7 coppers. I give you 10 minutes. Don't cause any havoc, would you?"
Oh no! I wouldn't dream of it. And thank you again for your generosity and hospitality. And I march past the man.
Yeah, yeah. He as you walk in, you would see it like it's this big. It's an oval, so to say, but it's cut off in the middle, facing the big castle wall. As you would, if you would stand at one of the balconies you might have had access to during the big feast of Hamburg, you would have more or less looked right outside this area. Um, and as you walk in, you can see this big monstrosity of a gallows. It's one of these more or less modern things. It's just not a a piece of wood with a noose around it. It's one of those with a crank that's dropped several people at the same time. Someone with a great mind for mechanics built this. And as you heard, it's actually an old thing as well. It's standing about 100 years old at this point, and you can see age is showing on it. But small repairs has been made. And as you walk in, you can feel the sense of dread is almost crushing you. Would it not be for that thing that you are indeed undead, that you are indeed undead, it would actually maybe make you lose your breath. Maybe you would even suffocate in here. It's hard to get words out. It's a sense of utter despair comes upon you as you stand there before this great machine of death twitching, and you can feel the ground almost, shaking under you.
Is there no? Am I alone here?
You are very much alone.
Okay. We'll take a moment to reflect upon that aura of despair and death before I move closer to the gallows and really examine examine them more up close. The materials they're made out of, the feel of the woodwork as it branch my fingers along. The smell, whatever smell, be it rotten flesh and dried blood or things more esoteric. I'm trying to search for anything for clues, as the thing I'm looking for is obviously quite obscure as well. And I assume there's no one actually hanging in the gallows right now?
No, there's not. It's empty. But would you roll me? First of all, I would want you to roll me perception investigation.
Okie dokie. Yes, 4. And that, well, that's very good rolls.
Oh yeah, that is a good roll.
Oh, well. Okay.
As you are looking around, you take some time, but you see after a while of walking around this monstrosity of a thing that it's covered in some runes, some mystical symbols, some weird symbols. You haven't seen these before. Maybe you have, and that's why I need you to roll investigation and occult.
Investigation.
No, intelligence.
Okay.
Of course, I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's fine. Would book knowledge apply?
No.
No. Okay. That's good. Also, I have well, if I have seen them before, I have eidetic memory, so maybe just keep that in mind. But maybe I was mistaken. You know, maybe it just looked like it. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to roll 8 dice. Okay. Dokie. That is 1. Well, at least 2. I'm not sure what the difficulty is, but here 3 as far as it stands.
3 successes. You would find out that these are old. It's not so much runes as old language of sorts. You would have seen what is actually the thing to remember things with eidetic memory?
Oh no. Well, eidetic memory.
It's under pressing situations.
Yeah, exactly.
As you
also,
remember,
maybe just to help you out, maybe it's relevant. I have natural linguist, so that means that like when it comes about language and things like that, determining what it is, or I get extra dice. So maybe that helps.
Yeah. As you're looking at it, you see that these are. It is a language. You can see with your affinity for languages that there's a repeating combination of letters, so to say, that comes up. You can see that it is indeed something written here. And as you're looking at it, you don't know what it's written, but you know for sure that you have seen this before, and it's in Daragan, the sire of Simon's, one of his tombs, as he was just looking in during one of the rituals, the same ritual that killed you, as he was chanting over your blood in that chalice when you were embraced. So it's something old, and maybe he would know something more about this. Maybe Simon would know something more about this. But as you look around, you can feel this sense of dread even more imposing on you, and you can feel that this thing, as you come closer, there is others here. There is someone watching you, and you can almost hear sobs coming from this thing and from the walls, coming from everywhere near you.
That is most peculiar, and also maybe it's frightening. No, it is frightening. But fear is not something Nicholas shuns. He embraces it, for fear is often a way to knowledge, a way to learning. It doesn't mean he likes it. No one likes fear. No. But the difference between a coward and someone who's brave is that one chooses to submit to his fears and the other decides to conquer it. Nicholas is somewhere in between, neither conquering nor admitting to it. He merely rides it out like the waves. So he remains, and he will really try and listen to that wailing, that yammering, the infant's cry that he's hearing, and try to see where it's coming from, and maybe if they're saying something.
Would you roll me perception or awareness one more time?
Alertness or awareness?
Awareness.
Awareness, okay. 1, 2, plus 3. 1 success.
It's not so much anything else, but it's just sobbing, and you can hear at some point, I can't get out. But it's just sobbing and things you can't really hear. It's not so much as what you hear anything. It's so much as a feeling. You feel trapped in some way when you're here. Almost a claustrophobic sense.
Yeah, I'll start looking around a bit paranoid, and I sort of like start to go to the center of the room. Like I'm trying to
It's not so much.
trying not to go to the walls. Like I'm like there could be an attacker jumping out at me any moment. So I'll sort of like brandish my hands like in the way of claws almost, because I've little else to defend me with at the present time. I'm a scholar, not a warrior. Martial should be here for me. So I'll just sort of kind of look around, still hearing the wailing of the infants.
As that is happening, you see the door opening, and the guard looks at you. Hey, would you hurry up? Time's up. Time's up. You need to leave.
Of course. Please. Real quick, the symbol or the language that I've seen, was it written on the gallows itself?
Not on the contraption as a whole.
Oh, the contraption, yeah. I'll motion for the guard, like, please, I'm terribly sorry. Could you come? And I'll point towards the contraption. Could you come here, please? Because I noticed something quite peculiar, and I'm not sure what to make of it.
All right. He closes the door and walks over to you. Oh, what's it?
Was this always here? And I point towards the writing of the ritual and all that.
He looks at it. Could be any fucking thing. I can't read or write, so.
No, but you're the guard here. Certainly not some urchins could have come in and defaced the Duke's property, no?
It's been here for days and weeks, and I think years. I think it's been here since the contraption of this thing. The construction of this thing.
Do you know what it means? Because I don't recognize the language.
Just go and ask at the Bishop's Tower or something.
No, I've come from there, but they told me to go here, so I don't think they know either. Doesn't this intrigue you?
And he looks at you with total and utter.
That's
he is not in any way sort of interested in this. So I need you to leave.
Right, but don't you feel something here?
And he looks at you.
Your spine, maybe? Don't you hear something?
Yeah, I feel something. It's the Gorge Master, and he's coming soon. And if he sees you in here, he's gonna give me a good kicking. He is.
Oh, really? That's unfortunate, I suppose. But do you think I can maybe stay here if I give you another copper or two?
So, I would like you to leave.
And the voice is still
No, as he comes, they cannot quiet down.
Okay. I would like to look the man in the eye and attempt to dominate him.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What's his current willpower as a mortal?
4.
So that's that's a big guy. It should be fine. Manipulation, intimidation. Okay. Silly mortal. So 3 successes. I will turn and look him in the eye, and his eyebrows kind of goes up, and so it's almost like Torsten does when he. Well, I've seen him does it. I've seen Torsten do it and taunts people with his eyes. I'm not sure how, but they get him have the lint in them. So he tries to sort of mimic that. Instead of hypnotizing him, keeping him in place, he'll say, "You should leave."
Is it 1 or 2?
This is 1, and leave will be the emphasis word.
Yeah, cool. So he just, you know what? Fuck this. And he just leaves. He doesn't even close the door behind him. He basically takes his shit and goes home, as you would know. He leaves down the street, not even returning to his post. Just once again alone.
Voices return.
Roll me perception awareness. Alert. Oh yeah, awareness.
Alertness or awareness?
Awareness.
Okay. Yeah.
Supernaturals. Awareness.
3, 4, 5. That's 2. That's 1 more than last time. So maybe I hear a bit more. Maybe not. Maybe it's just louder.
You can pick up different languages.
I know many languages, so maybe.
What do you speak?
Because that would definitely know they're not aliens or creatures from the abyss, because they don't speak English. I speak English. I speak Latin. I speak Old Norse. I speak Hebrew, and I speak Arabic. So that's basically all the scrolly languages that exist, and the 2 big ones.
You would have Latin and Old Norse as well, and you would hear some Hebrew.
Really? Very multicultural Gallows. Now that's good, because that really does show me that they weren't talking out their ass. So this is a long gallow. Many people are hanged here, and it seems that something like the spirits may be lingering about, or something that has been witnessing all these murders and speaks the language. So I will also look into the air, sort of towards where it changes from moment to moment, where the voices are coming from, and I will speak back in Latin, and then I will repeat the sentence in Old Norse, and then I will repeat the sentence once again in Hebrew. So I will speak slowly and deliberately. Every sentence will be repeated after a pause. Who are you?
And Simon, are you there? My good friend.
Yes.
Simon, you are walking about, and have you? Yeah, maybe your brother has told you about.
I would have told him. I would have told you this, real quick and simple.
Yeah.
I'm going to the gallows. You finish up your business here. I'll try. Yeah, I'll try and reserve a spot. Essentially, I'll try and get us in.
As you walk up to the place where the gallows are, this big half circle, just at the bottom of the castle where you had the big feast in Hamburg, you see the guardsman has left his post, and you can actually see as you're walking down the street, the guardsman is just grabbed his things and just leaves. He's just leaving, like with a face of I'm going to the fucking broad shadow inn, and I'm just gonna have myself a fucking pint, and I'm just gonna forget all about this shit. As you walk up, you see the gate, the small gate inside the gate, swung open, and you can see as you walk up. I would like you to roll a perception awareness.
Hold on a minute. I don't think I have any awareness.
Shit. Well, it's no penalty, but still.
No, I don't. Okay, so
Did the guard close the door behind him, or did he just?
No, he just left. As said, leave.
Well, then maybe my brother can see me.
Oh yeah, you would see him. As you're approaching this thing, you can feel a sense of dread. It's that sense of dread that you have before a battle, as the world is crushing over you, as the stomach turns. You're nervous. You're going to see blood. You are going to take a life. It's everything and something more of that dread before just facing your father's hand as he slaps you, before killing another man, before everything that can give you fear or dread or anything, just whelming over you, turning your stomach as you're walking up to this place.
I can see Nicholas though.
Yeah.
And you can see me sort of like standing in the center of the room with a huge gallows behind me. And you can see me sort of frantically sort of waving about, sort of like you're trying to ascertain, like you're trying to follow something that's too fast for your eyes, sort of like this. Like he's definitely kind of frantic and skittish, and he also seems to be yelling something in Latin, which you obviously understand. He's yelling things like "Who are you? Where are you?" And he's also yelling things in languages you've heard him speak before, but which you don't know. You think you kind of with your lingua franca you recognize them as something Scandinavian, like one of the Scandinavian languages, Norse, and languages of the Hebrews, or maybe Arabic. Yeah, he's yelling in all kinds of languages, like he's speaking in tongues almost.
Well, with that in mind, with this kind of sense of dread washing over him, Martialis will draw his sword. And let it kind of swing back down by his side, and he'll just slowly. He won't announce himself. He'll just approach, but he'll keep his eyes transfixed on Nicholas as he gesticulates around.
So Eric, have the spirits, have they responded to me? As I scream in various languages that I've heard them crying.
Yes, there is actually both of you can like see the shades of people. Some sitting in the corner crying their eyes out, some still clawing at the gallows, some clawing at the gate that is there or not there. You can't really fathom if it is now. It was closed at one point. No, open at one point, but these people can't see to leave, and they're just let us out.
As he comes closer, he kind of stops 6-7 feet from his brother and just kind of calls out to him, "Brother."
What? Yes. Oh, hello. What? Yeah. What?
What is this?
Spirits everywhere.
Not the abyss, then.
What? No. This has nothing to do with this. These are dead people. I'm quite sure. Has to be.
How did this happen?
I did nothing, I assure you. I was just here, and then these phantasms of another realm besieged me with their cries in Latin and Hebrew and Norse. I tried to communicate with them, but they haven't really answered me. Maybe we can. I'll try and search for like the one sitting on the chair crying. I'll try and go to it. Completely caught up in my own curiosity. I'll just walk through it like it's a normal person. Just walk to it.
Okay. As you walk up to it, it does not acknowledge you in any sort of way.
I'll wave my hand through him.
Just passes through.
I'll speak any of the languages I've heard them speak, and hopefully one of them catches his fancy. I'll just be saying things like hello, sir, hello.
There is. I'm actually gonna roll for this because it is hard to get through to the Skinlands, even at this place. You see that one individual perks up at you.
Yeah, I charged towards him. Yeah, he's finally someone notices me.
Senpai has noticed you.
yeah, pretty much.
And he looks at you. Finally, someone can see us.
What language is he speaking? Just real quick?
He is speaking Old Norse.
Oh. Brother, first thing I do is just sort of disregard this man. I found one. He speaks Old Norse. Yes, come.
He kind of pads closer and sheathes his sword. Considering we're surrounded by spirits, he's not altogether in his element when it comes to this kind of thing. So he just sheathes his sword gingerly and walks up beside Nicholas to look at this spirit, whose phone goes off.
Hello, restless spirit. What are you doing here?
I was hanged. I've been here ages, eons. I'm slowly losing my mind.
Where are you from?
The thing in the shadow, it talks to me. It wants me to.
Calm down. I can deliver you from your hard existence and promise you a nice journey to Valhalla if you cooperate with me. Who do you think I am?
Medium, talker of tongues, maybe a shaman of sorts.
Oh, let's see. Are you familiar with Loki, the trickster god of fire?
Of course. Yes, yes, the husband of hell. Oh, are you here to take me finally?
No. I won't take you to hell. No, I'll take you to Valhalla, because you've been a very good Norseman, haven't you?
Yes.
Let me answer a few of my questions. How long have you been here? Here, near the Gallows in Hamburg.
I don't know, Hamburg. We just came here to this heathen city to raid, to pillage.
And you were hanged because you were a pillager, or did you do some particular crime?
I was hanged because I was caught pillaging.
Unfortunate. Why can't you leave this place? On your own strength, I mean. Something keeping you here, or do you have something left to do?
I can't leave. We claw off the gates, they won't open up. If you climb, the walls just get higher.
Have you tried going through the ground?
One did. Stone, bedrock. We can't get through.
How intriguing, how intriguing. Can you perhaps enlighten me further? One of my final questions I have to you.
He cuts off. He just fades.
Worthless nonsense. Brother, did you catch any of that, or do I need to translate it?
Are they trapped here because they died here?
Yes, that seems to be the gist of it. And apparently there's a gate that doesn't go open, and the walls keep on going higher. And I'm not sure what's keeping them here. Could it be the Gallows himself? I did see, I'll point towards it somewhat haphazardly, as the mind is going a mile a minute from Nicholas now. I saw inscriptions upon the woodwork of the Gallows, and they were the same inscriptions that I saw back in, where was it? Where did Weekend Embrace? Was it Rive? No. Yes. The same inscriptions that I've seen the sire of Simon use. The inscription of death and resurrection, written in some Eastern European language of some sort.
Perhaps when they've died by the apparatus, it binds them here.
Maybe, but why? Why? And why is this item we were meant to seek? Is the contraption the item? We can't take a gallows. A gallows is not an item, Alice.
Would you roll me perception alertness, the two of you?
Sure.
You, Nicholas, hear people approaching. You don't know how many.
Alice, we need to go. There's people approaching, I think.
What?
Yes, and I heard I commanded a guard captain to take his leave, but he did mention a captain of the guard or something of the sort coming here, and I'm not sure how many of them there are. Maybe we should hide. Maybe we can use the shadows to hide.
Possibility.
Maybe we can. Yes, Eric. These gallows, right? They're a bit above the ground, I assume, because the people actually have to drop to their deaths as gallows work.
Yes, it's
So
about
can we go underneath the gallows? Like, is it like can you just crawl underneath them?
You can, but it's it's an empty space.
Yeah, but I mean, it's no, it's nice. Maybe it's probably not too lit considering I'm here. So, maybe there's some shadows we can crawl on there.
As it is outside, and there are torches. Let's see how well lit the moon is. Boom. That is a 9. It's almost full moon and not so much clouds on in the weather. So full moon, almost. A lot of lights.
Are there any other exits?
There is one leading into the castle to the castle prisons.
Could do.
That we could go that way. Marialis kind of gestures towards this other exit.
Yeah, I'll sprint over and try and see if the door's unlocked.
It is not.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, is there an extra? Can I see a lock, or is it like on the other side of the door?
It is barred on the other side. Or you would think you can see.
Is there a window? Is it like a barred window maybe that you can?
No.
Okay. How high are the walls?
These walls, if you just want to jump over them, it's not too fucking high. It's about 3.5 meters. It's just a good old wall. If you want to get up to the castle, it's about 15.
The door's locked. Should we just scale the walls and get out of here? I still haven't found the item we're looking for.
We can come back anytime. That's fine.
No, we can't, because we're not the only ones looking for it, remember?
Then we check whoever else is looking.
As you can hear an outcry in Germanic from the gates. Where's the fucking guard? I'm gonna fucking ring a snake.
We should leave now.
Yes, let's scale the walls then.
Would you just roll me strength athletics difficulty 3?
Does potence count on this?
Yes.
Nope. Oh yeah, okay.
Hold on a minute.
That's difficulty 3. That's gonna be fine for you.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't have any opponents? Oh yeah, you just have 1 strength. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very weak.
Okay.
3 for me.
3.
No, it's difficulty 3, so that's like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you just jump.
Each success is half a meter vertically. You just fucking Superman, just over the fucking wall.
Yeah, I'm a meter up.
Yeah, and your brother, you look around to see your brother, and he's like, you see him hanging on on the palisade, just slowly getting himself over. But yeah, you get yourself over. As you see a contingency of guardsmen following someone, you can't see who. She's cloaked. He or she is cloaked, but they walk inside.
Have they posted a guard outside at all?
Yes, 2 of them.
Can we kind of like hang around, literally, and see what they're going to do? The guards and the woman or man, because I mean, this looks a bit,
we need to kind of wrap this up, as we need to get into another hangout. But you are around for a bit, and after a while, after like 1.5 hours.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, they exit, and you see this cloaked figure once again going out and returning into the castle.
Marialis will just kind of tug on Nikolash to go back towards the Broad Shadow Inn at this point, and
And with that, the scene will end.